What's up? It's Tyler with Woodland Reapers, and today we're going to be talking about my top 5 springtime fishing lures. These lures are going to be in no specific order, but first we're going to start off with my top overall favorite, the spinnerbait. My favorite color in most lures is a chartreuse and white. This one has a Colorado blade. You can also get a willow blade, and that will work really good too. I mean, you can use this, it doesn't matter what conditions. It's windy, muddy water, super clear water. It catches a bunch of bass, it catches a bunch of big bass. It doesn't really matter. It gives you the best of both worlds. You get that blade, you get that shininess from the blade, you get the movement of the skirt, you get the vibrations in the water, moving that water. You're also able to cover a lot of water, cover a lot of different structure with it. It rolls over logs really cleanly. You can really do a lot with a spinnerbait. I think most people would agree that a spinnerbait is definitely one of the top 3, maybe even the best fishing lure to use. Next, we're going to be talking about the jerkbait. The jerkbait, I mean, once again, is one of the best fishing lures out there. Just has a lot of movement, does that dashing side to side. Some of them roll. I mean, it's just amazing. Plus, you get the 3 treble hooks. You can't really see it. Get those 3 treble hooks on the bottom. That increases your chances to hook up when they do strike it, because they're going to be coming and eating it. I personally think jerkbaits are the best in clear water. I wouldn't really run it in muddy water because they need to be able to visually see it. It does not make any noise. Still a very, very solid lure. You can use it on rock walls. I think you can use it near structure. Like I said, I'm not a big jerkbait fisherman. I don't live in an area that really prompts jerkbait fishing, but I know when I used to fish in Ohio, I'd use it on rock walls out there, and the muskie loved it too. Also on a jerkbait, you get that slow sink. When you cast it out there, it starts to sink slowly, and as you reel and jerk, it will start to sink when you do that pause, which could get a bass to bite it and take that lure. So I definitely recommend the jerkbait. I hope this year I can get out with it more and see if I can learn more about it and hone my skills. And number 3, I'm going to be talking about the frog, or any top water, I guess. You could say all top water. But personally, frog is my favorite, especially a small profile frog. I feel like you can get it in those tight spots and really work it. You want to be using it right around when those bugs are starting to hit the top of the water, and those bass are going to be coming up and eating those bugs off the top. Personally, one top water I do not like is a popper. I don't care for a popper, so that's why I ended up going with a frog. With a frog, you can get those pop movements when you pop the rod, and it'll displace a lot of water, make a lot of commotion, enticing those bass to come up there and eat it as if there was like a frog crossing the water, or like I said, bugs. One of my favorite ways to fish, funnest way to fish. I recommend it. Next lure up is going to be the rattle trap. I'm going to say rattle trap / lipless. I don't have a lipless with me right now, but rattle trap's a great lure. Makes a lot of noise. You can cover a ton of water with it. I'd be careful near cover, but you can cast it up near cover and get those bass to come out and eat it. You get those rattling. It's really good in muddy water. It's really, really good in clear water where they can actually see that color and not just go based off sound. You also, once again, like the jerkbait, got those treble hooks. Got those treble hooks that help your hook up. Personally, I'm not a big fan of treble hooks, but I love a good rattle trap, especially in red. They love to eat that red color. But yeah, definitely recommend it if you haven't. Most people have fished this lure, all of these lures in this video, but I'd use it a lot this spring. Next up is going to be the shallow crankbait. This one dives specifically to 3 to 5 feet. I specifically use shallow crankbait because a lot of water out here can get shallow. So you want to be able to work up in those small pockets and be able to keep that crankbait moving, get that swimming motion, so it can hopefully entice them to bite. Once again, in red just, it works on these, man. There's a lot of other colors. I might pop some up on the screen, but red just, it's bright, it's vibrant, catches them, the movement. And once again, you can cover a lot of water. I mean, like, ultimately, all lures work the same. They just have different ways to work them. And personally, I like lures that cover a lot of water. And the crankbait, I mean, it might be the best. So definitely recommend it. If you haven't, try out red. Red is, I think, the best color, as I've said. And that is going to be my top 5 fishing lures for this spring of 2023. If you haven't checked out any of these lures, go ahead and check them out. I mean, they're all great. I think any way to fish is great as long as you're fishing. So that's all that really matters in the end. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any opinions or comments, leave them down there. I'm open to it. I'm not the most literal fisherman. I do just feel it out as I go. But that's my opinion on what I've concluded in my fishing years. So if you haven't, subscribe, and go check out some of our other videos. We also have a podcast that we're working on. It's a lot of fun. But thank you for watching. Check in for the next video.